I usually go into these without much of a plan of what I'm actually going to do. I just kind of throw the stencils down and mix them about until I'm happy. I say stencils, but they're old lids from pots and chocolate boxes or deodorant cans, basically anything circular with a thin edge around it. I also tend to use cardboard, as you can get very large sheets for very little, and it doesn't soak up the paint like some paper does. Once I'm happy with the placement of them, I give them a light dusting with black to get a guide of where I'm going to need the paint. I also give a test spray of all my paints on the backboard so I know they're working fine. Then it's on to the most tedious part, mixing all of the paint. Once I've got the base colours down, I go over it with either black or white, but it's completely up to you in the end of what colours you choose. I then place over some crumpled plastic or newspaper which takes away the top layer, in this case making the effect of clouds or ice. I shade off one corner over it to create the dark side of the planet. Getting these right can take some practice, but it's definitely worth it, creating a really quite realistic 3D effect. Place the cover on it, and that one's done. I've skipped the second one because that's basically the same as the first, but for the third I'm going to make a gas giant by smudging the paint in a curved line, creating those streaks. Shade it and cover. For the fourth one, I decided to create some craters by speckling the paint over it by only pressing the nozzle down about halfway, which causes it to splutter. Then paint the whole thing black. For the nebula, I started with the darkest colours first and built it up. The lighter blues I used covered a larger area than I wanted, so I went over it again with dark blues and purples to help tone it down a bit and also to help blend it. Using a piece of cardboard with a straight edge at the bottom, I used it to create a highlight along the middle of the nebula. I then spluttered some light blue on to create some clouds and again toned it down with some dark blue. To create the stars, I sprayed some of the paint onto my hands and flicked it onto the board. Usually get rid of some of the excess first so it's not too heavy or creates abnormal blobs. I recommend wearing 2 pairs of gloves because mine broke. I don't usually do this, but I tried to make some comets by folding some card in half and spraying onto it similar to the highlighting of the nebula. This turned out alright, but wasn't the cleanest. I still need to get a bit of practice at it. And that's it. I hope this helped and give you an idea of the process of it. There's a lot of other things that you can do, such as making bigger stars, mountains, clouds, or cities. Experiment and try whatever you want to. You can't really go wrong.